Hello, so today I am 20 weeks pregnant and let's see how I feel and also how my belly grows and what is it? Is it a boy or a girl? We don't know. No, actually, now we know. Okay, let me share how I feel and how it has been. So 20 weeks today and it's like, wow, we are halfway there and I can't even really believe it. It was like, what, 20 weeks have passed and it's like 20 to go or maybe 22, who knows. I had a really good energy on the second trimester at the beginning, but last week I started to feel like low energy and I was like, what's going on? And then I realized, I thought it's pregnancy, that I feel tired and then exhausted, but actually I might have catch some bug, but I felt like I am under the weather. But today I feel a bit better, but still I wasn't 100% sure. Yeah, don't feel like training for the last week for sure, and then just like I let it be because the priority is to creating this little human being. So we found out if it's a boy or if it's a girl, and I will put the mini video here. How did it happen and how did we reveal? Okay, are you ready?
I'm not serious.
The baby needs to do.
The baby needs to move, yeah.
If I open up my eyes, I can see the skies. I can see the skies.
See it.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're
Okay.
gonna show the camera.
Yes, I'm gonna film it.
You can't see it.
So
Ooh!
Close it. Then
And then
That'd be so stressful.
I put
Yeah.
in my, and then we need to taste the nuts.
show the box.
Show the box, the golden box.
So stressful.
I know, but it's exciting. Thank you for filming, by the way.
No worries.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Nuts or without?
I don't know. So
No, not. It's a girl.
these are not.
I don't have a nut.
I don't know. Shit.
No, not.
Naughty.
Ah, we have a boy.
You can
Congratulations, it's a boy.
yeah. You can show the heart now. What is the
What
heart?
is your heart? It's a boy.
Yes, congratulations.
You were right. You were right.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for filming.
No.
I'm going.
Thank you.
Yes.
So yes, it is a boy and we have a baby boy. So I'm very happy. Obviously, I bit too hard that M&Ms that I didn't even realize that there was a nut. I was like, oh my god, there's no nut. So that's what happened. But on that note, it was funny because Dario was like, I have a nut, and I'm like, I don't have a nut. So what's happening? And then we are looking at those guys are like, did you mix up something? So it was funny. Yeah, so we then I edited video right away in the evening and I sent all my friends and things like that. Yeah, so we know the scan was amazing. Obviously, they said it's the last scan, obviously, unless they send us to another checkups, but hopefully not. Everything looks good. Baby's growing. He was doing yoga while I was having a scan, and because basically we had to wait for 1 hour in a queue at the hospital, and then they sent me to the scan and I was like, your baby's sleeping. I'm like, obviously, because I've been sitting for 1 hour reading a book while you guys were doing something else. So then they sent me for 30 minutes to go for a walk, came back, and again he's a little bit moving but still kind of, and I was like, I had to go again. So basically we ended up spending there 3 hours. she's like, do you have time? I'm like, yeah, thanks God we had time, because it was Friday, and yeah, why not to spend in the hospital scanning ourselves. But yeah, this was good. At least results were good, happy. They asked, do you want to know or not? We were like, we don't want to know, but we want to have it as a surprise. I was like, okay, I can only call somebody, but I can't give you written. I'm like, what? Why? It's like, sorry, these are the rules. I'm like, okay, this wasn't planned. So we had to arrange last minute at home with I called my brother and Andrew, Dario's best friend, to be on the call just in case they call, just one doesn't pick up. So yeah, that's what happened. So the rules keep changing all the time. On that week, I did first EIT course for my qualifications that I need to do, recap. Because I'm pregnant, they were actually referring to pregnant women. And then they say, hospitals probably they told you to lie down on your left side rather on your right side. And I'm like, no, my hospital didn't tell me. But maybe that midwife missed it out, but it's like I have to guess it my own. And I feel like I'm pregnant, it's amazing, but I would love to have a little bit more information from hospital, more support. In this case, let's say sleeping on the left side, I don't know what else, engaging your core before coming up from the sofa, don't slouch forward, things like that helps for your physique and also your core and things like that. These basic things, I'm like, this is supposed to be like very straightforward. But hey, my iron didn't come up very high, so I'm still under the threshold in low iron. So they prescribed me a synthetic iron, and I'm taking it for 14 days. So just because I want my little one to be in the best shape. So far I don't have constipation from them, so maybe I'm keeping up with the fiber, and I'm also using probiotics constantly so that it's all well. Regards appetite, I was feeling under the weather. I just wanted to have any kind of sweets and things like that. So literally I spent 2 days eating not like nonsense, literally one afternoon, I wanted this, I wanted that. But obviously these 2 days I stopped because like if I eat that all the time, I'm gonna be big mama Sita, but we don't want that. So that was interesting for me to observe, but still I'm craving for berries, cherries, give me cherries, like literally I'm gonna eat the whole box, not even look back. Strawberries, these are the things that I'm eating. I stopped craving for chicken, so that's a bit like step back. Still kind of have a little bit of like cravings for cottage cheese time to time, hummus. The appetite changes for different things now. I'm craving like a green juice, but we haven't made it yet at home, but we went and had some outside. While I was thinking about core, because I noticed like when I'm slouching back and I'm coming up easily, I noticed a little bit of coning below the navel, and this coning can be very common if you don't know how to move around when your belly is being stretched. And this coning can be avoidable in terms of engaging your core, like breathing from the bottom upwards, hugging that baby and then coming off that sofa. So this is what I started to do even before I lift something. And then I come up, because if I come up like that, I haven't created intra-abdominal pressure that would hold this together, and then I would come up. The coning happens because inevitably our belly will stretch, so the rectus abdominal core muscles will kind of stretch apart, but then there's linea alba, that connective tissue that holds it together. It's very important not to weaken it, and by doing constant coning, we weaken it, and then it's harder to work on it, to get it back, to put the rectus abdominis muscles back into the place. So therefore I'm like, this is what I preach to my clients. Now I need to do it myself, and that means you slowing down. That means, you can't just come up off the chair, or let me lift up something because I have to lift up. I'm like wait a second, and then bringing yourself up from that sofa, or turning, or if I need to pass, can you pass me this? I'm like, okay, and then I do that. And the way I breathe is from the bottom upwards. I lift everything up, not pushing it down. Yeah, there's a difference, because it can be easily I force it inwards, and then you push all the internal organs downwards, which also would be reverse what we actually need. So, but there's lots of modalities, and I have made videos for this as well to educate my clients, especially when I'm not there with them in the sessions. Yeah, so that's very important as well to know. So yeah, I noticed the belly is stretching. We are going on holiday for a month away, but I'm gonna be still doing some work away style. But we're gonna be enjoying some sun, and I can't wait. I can't wait for this moment to come. It's literally in 1 week's time. Yes, so that's it for today. Quite short one, and I hope your pregnancy is going as well. Everyone is different, and I know that now is the time to start educating. I'm starting to educate myself about the birth, what happens in labor, about breastfeeding, about all these things, about sleep and things like that. That it's better that you know, rather you are not educated and you need to ask for advices and things like that. Because for me, always been the golden key, the education for myself, so that it just makes your life easier, preventing things instead of going in and then it's too late, you know. And then it's just all this can be avoided if we have the knowledge to prevent and be ready and be knowledgeable about it. So next midwife appointment is on the 4th of September. And then I'll update you there, because we're gonna go away on holiday, and then I'll come back and I'll do another video update where my belly is gonna be probably bigger, because I'm gonna be entering 3rd trimester. Time is flying, I'm telling you. It's flying. But one thing I noticed, I don't want to do anything for my business. I literally want to do nothing. I felt like, oh, maybe I'm lazy lady, but it's like, maybe it's time to slow down. And this is an invitation for me to connect with my little one more. Maybe from outside sources might feel like, oh, you know, what's happening, you know, in a business I'm not growing or something. But I think it's supposed to be like this, you know, because I've been always on the top of my toes and just doing things and making things around. And now is the time to rest. And it's hard to surrender, but as I talk, I'm already acknowledging it. It's okay. It's okay to do less. It's okay to not sprint and more be in tune with your body, because when you are into go mode, it's like you don't have time to think. You don't have time to think how you breathe, how you move, how you get up from the couch. So these things that are important. Another thing that I noticed, my brain was completely off last week. Yes, so literally mixing up the colors. My English got worse. I don't even know how I can speak now. but yeah, literally I forgot things, like, yeah, so things like that. But I'm like, I'm taking supplements, but sometimes it is important. Especially last week, I felt like my little one is growing the most, where I had to slow down the most. So I let it be. So that's that. Lots of love, and I'll see you on the next video when it's gonna be 24 weeks or 25, one of those. Okay, ciao ciao.